Hello all, Took here. Penelope, I am alright, I promise, baby girl, but you're gonna scream this entire video, aren't you? Fine, make me some money and be cute about it, okay? I know I'm slightly dizzy. I know I had adrenaline earlier. You're fine. I'm fine. Pinky promise. So, it's the end of the vending season, and as a result, I got back several of my... Penelope, not the camera! I got back quite a few of the scarves and shawls that I had at the Mill District local art gallery. And for those who are unaware, I have chronic dissociative amnesia. I will not go into the reasons why in this video. They're pretty clear in my TikTok compilations that I've also posted on this channel. But basically, short version is, during my childhood, my brain went, no, it's not a good idea to remember this, so not going to, and that sort of like became the status quo for how my brain functions. This has a lot of drawbacks, but also has some benefits, which is I've largely forgotten weaving these scarves, and I've largely forgotten what these scarves and shawls look like. So I'm going to go through my own work and be like, ooh, how pretty. This is probably weird. This is not a vanity thing. This is just genuinely, I want to show everyone this. Penelope, honey, you're in my art. I've gotta do things. I've gotta do things. Yeah. Also, this is my medical alert cat. She's untrained and unlicensed. She's just a calico and has tortitude about my heart rate and my adrenaline rates, and, does not like it when I do things, ever. And will scream about me and have tortitude about it, so. Can I put you down? Can I please do my job? This is, in fact, my job. Okay. You go over there. Thank you, baby girl. Okay. But yeah, this is not a vanity project. This is just genuinely, like, I think that, you guys would like to see the new scarves. These are all going to be going up on my online shop. As I can chip away at getting new pictures taken and getting the listings up. So without further ado, here we go. So this is a scarf where I learned to not do multiple different types of weft of various wools because they will block differently. So it's got a bit of a wave to it. I remember this yarn. This was one of the first, like, good, like, hauls that I found at a local thrift store. Marigold. I looked up the company. They don't make this anymore. It was this big cone of just this beautiful, like, marigold, goldenrod, orange wool. I made so many things out of this, and it was the perfect weft. Like, no, perfect warp. Like, the perfect warp. But yeah, this is also like one of my absolute favorite patterns to weave. It's got different sides, pick up stick pattern. I know I've got videos about that. But yeah, it's got some wave to it. It's not my best work. I was still like very much learning at this stage. What did I end up calling this one? Autumn patchwork? Oh, yeah, just my dyslexia. Gotta love that. I don't need to put a C and an H in there. But yeah, autumn patchwork. So there's that one. And then, oh. So, my partner's cousin, Patty West, teaches natural hand dyeing methods, out in Arizona, or Colorado? Arizona? I forget which. One of them. Jennifer lives in, Colorado. Patty's in Arizona. 90% sure. Dissociative amnesia. But she was, like, word essentially went out to that side of the family that, hey, you know, my partner is dating someone who, is a weaver, and, you know, and Patty is in a stage of life where she's trying to downsize, and retire, but last time I heard from her, she was thinking about buying a van so she could drive around the country and teach her natural hand dyeing methods, so we'll see where that goes. But just gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. I had so much fun weaving with all of this. And it was just so freaking scrumptious. This is not the softest, but Penelope, you may not eat this, thank you. But is just oh, it is so beautiful. And each single bit of yarn is naturally hand dyed. Iron, creosote, just indigo, cochineal, just utterly gorgeous wool. That's been naturally hand dyed. And then, oh, here's another one. Oh, yeah. This yarn was from the weft was from a local thrift store. Okay, I remember more than I thought I did. Okay, I'm pleased with that. Maybe my brain is healing. Gosh, that would be nice. I don't like forgetting things as much as I do. It's not fun. I have a system of lists, and if things don't go on the list or they don't go on the calendar, they don't exist. But yeah, oh, it's just absolutely beautiful. Which one was this called? Tweed Lad. Yep, that fits. This was so much fun to weave because watching the pattern like build up on itself was a lot of fun. This is a bit scratchier than I prefer most of my scarves to be. It's very much an outerwear scarf as opposed to like something that you want directly on your neck. But it is very, very pretty. And then, oh, I wove this one to celebrate the fact that I had survived to the point that I was getting going actively gray. And it's very much a like silver fox type of celebration with that one strip going down the middle. Yeah, silver streak. Silver is stunning for all those silver foxes out there. Celebrate your grays. Merino wool blend. It's so soft. It's got that lovely flow to it, that lovely drape to it that merino has sometimes. Love working with merino. It's one of my favorite wools. I get a lot of it at the local thrift stores, which again, love living in Northampton for so many reasons. Alright, what else have we got? Oh, we've got some bags. Alright, so I'll be adding these e-reader sleeves back in. I like this one. It's got an owl button. It's just nifty. It's just nice muslin on the interior. It was a lot of fun to weave. Oh, this is that. Yep. This brown acrylic kept smelling like soap as I was weaving it, like dish soap, and I kept being absolutely paranoid that we had a gas leak. It was not fun to deal with. Oh, yeah, and I did a video on these, I think, about doing a double warp. Double warp did not end up working well, and I won't do it again, but yeah, no, I did do a video on these, I think I did. And then more of that brown and just lovely teal, just the simple muslin lining. I love working with ombres, in case you can't tell. Just watching the colors just stack up on each other throughout the weaving process is just delightful. Oh, here's one of the shawls. Oh, this one was so much fun. I think I did a video on this. I'm not sure, but it's basically 2 scarves, then sewn together, hand sewn together. You can see the hand stitching along in there. I think they call this one sea glass or something like that. Oh, fairy plaid shawl. Yep, hand-dyed yarn from the stash of Patty West in delicate cool tones, ticked with teals and deep blues. Make it feel like the fantasies of the Fay Moorlands. Yeah, but just like, oh, I gotta love it, like little bits of green and teal, and it's just, again, this is one of these soft, it's not like the softest, but it's one of the warmest things that you're ever going to wear. Oh my goodness. Unless I specify otherwise, these scarves are $85, and the shawls range from $275 to $350, depending on how much work and how large they are went into them. That sentence didn't make sense, but it made sense in my brain, so. Yeah, and then, oh. I'm just going to recreate this meme that my partner did. It's gonna be May. This is what happens when you work with yarn as a warp that has been frogged from a previous knitting project. You get this cool ramen effect, which I was very happy to find in this like sort of sandy color. It's just, what did I end up calling this one? Oh, sand waves. Yep, inspired by the geometric patterns left in the tidal sands of New England sand. It probably happens in other sand around the world, but like I grew up in England, so I have fond memories of Chappaquiddick Islands. No, I was not rich. I was the house cleaner's child. People are like, "Oh, you grew up on Martha's Vineyard." I'm like, "No, whatever you're picturing, get that out of your brain." Thank every deity ever that the family farm finally sold, because multiple generations of siblings died not talking to each other over this stupid piece of land. And if it was literally anywhere else, I'd be living there, but I can't afford to live on Chappaquiddick Island. Just no. No. Oh, here's more of that orange. This was another great find. This was the weft was a Harrisville spun wool. Again, thrift store find. I think that was the Cancer Connection in Northampton, towards going towards East Hampton. Okay, I'm remembering more than I thought I was. Okay, I'm quite pleased with how much my brain has retained. It just needs that jogging, which is ironic, because if I try to do any sort of jogging, I will pass out and die. That's not an exaggeration. POTS and EDS does not combine well with physical exercise, which is annoying, but I'm still losing weight, which is also not great, because the fat was keeping my joints in place. Gotta love it. Yes, I am babbling. Oh, this one was delightful. Oh. So I don't know if anyone else grew up with the Pyramid magazines, or not magazines, catalog, the Pyramid Collection catalog, that was just, that you just like pour over repeatedly. Absolutely not for any suppressed gender or sexuality reasons at all. You weren't looking at the pretty alt models dressed in their alt clothing for, you know, anything like that. Absolutely not. Yeah. You also weren't watching Treasure Planet and desperately trying to print out a picture and go make it to your barber. Please, like, maybe look like that. Yeah, a lot of trans masks have looked at Jim Hawkins as like, can you make me look like this, please? And then been given a beep feminine pixie cut. I'm going to have to bleep that out. Yeah. But yeah, this one, purple chenille. My first time doing a weft, a warp with chenille, and it did not work very well for me, but I did enjoy the finished project. What did I end up calling this one? Dark Amethyst, a pop of dark romance and fantasy. Yep, that tracks. But yeah, so freaking soft. I think the weft is that like homespun, not homespun, there's a variegated ombre wool blend that Lion Brand does. I found a ball of that at the local thrift store, and it was just scrumptious. The tassels are a bit longer than I would have preferred, but it does add to the dark romantasy like pop of amethyst. Oh, here's the other shawl. This one, I think. Oh yeah, just so many. I think onion skins, turmeric, cochineal, in various shades. Again, just so freaking warm. Oh my goodness. No matter which way the cookie crumbles. Yep, the warm tones of cookies remind one that everything will be alright no matter which way the cookie crumbles. It is hard not to feel like everything's going to be alright when surrounded by this much gorgeous, naturally hand-dyed wool. This one was 3 panels sewn together, so $300. Yep. Which seems like a lot, but everything's hand woven and then everything's hand stitched. And just, God, it's so scrumptious. It's so scrumptious. That pile is getting large. I need to get more bins. Hello, Penelope. Yes, I hear you. Oh, and then a storage bag with various little pockets for either knitting needles or crochet hooks. I had a lot of fun weaving this particular. Again, I love working with the ombre and the variegated. It's just, it weaves up so beautifully, and it's so much fun. And then I've got the basket. All right, Penelope, Connie, please just go in the bag and stop screaming at me. That would be lovely. Thank you. Oh, did I do a video on this one? I think I did a video on this one. I don't know. Oh, I'm looking at this as if that would be an indication. Get down my bandana. Again, my favorite, weaving pattern of pickup sticks, and then just ombre throughout. This is one of the first pieces I did that I was experimenting with layering a lot of different thinner gauge wefts together to get a funky ombre effect. I did a video recently about like Season of the Sticks, based on that song by Noah Kahan that I'm not allowed to listen to without supervision, because I will end up in a depressive episode and it's not pretty. But yeah, pink and purple ombre. The first fruit tree blossoms in spring with the foliage just starting to appear, with little pops of green. Love that. If you ever visit southern Vermont and you have a chance to visit the Green Mountain Orchard in Putney, Vermont, I genuinely cannot recommend that place enough. They are phenomenal. Their blueberry cobbler is holy crap. Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, and then another, I think this was cotton. This was when I first weaving this with cotton. Soft pink merino cotton blend in a light and airy weave will leave you tickled pink. Yep, this one's called tickled pink. Very soft, very light, like a gorgeous like spring or fall or early summer scarf. And it's cotton, so it's sweat wicking, but also merino, so it's warm. It's got an interesting texture. I don't like the mer. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. The mer cotton. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, and more of that naturally hand-dyed wool. Just gorgeous, gorgeous cochineal. Oh god. What's this? Flamboyant flamingo. Flamboyantly fabulous pink yarn from the stash of natural dyer Patty West. But yeah, just so many various bits of pink. And this is, I wove this before Pink Pony Girl came out. I do dance at the club, oh mama. No, I should not start singing. I do not have the rights to that song, and I'd like this video to be monetized, especially after I bleep out that one swear word. But yeah, it's just, look at that. It's so freaking pretty. It's just so pretty. And like, that's why Patty ended up giving it to me, is she was very like, I need this to go to someone who's going to have a semi-religious experience weaving with it. There's a squirrel doing weird things to my neighbor's porch, but that's not my problem. I do wish the neighbor across the street would do something about the squirrels going into their attic, because, dude, if the squirrels go through the wiring in your house, that fire is going to affect the entire neighborhood. Please, all my stuff is here, my lube's here. I don't want to deal with the house fire. Just no. Oh, another one of the pink. Sunset pink. Hand-dyed yarn from the stash of Patty West brings the natural qualities of beet juice and cochineal to the warmth of a sunset. Yeah, just, I tried to do a variegated esque thing. This sort of reminds me of the Sapphic Pride flag. I don't think it's quite to that extent of deliberateness, but, because I have done a Sapphic Pride flag themed scarf for that, like, long bacon meme. And I don't think this is fully long bacon, but it's long bacon adjacent. Oh, Penelope, I know, you're so mad. You have every right to be. Oh, my goodness. But again, it's so freaking pretty. Look at that. Just look at that. That's gorgeous. Just, it's part of why, like, when I'm vending at events, and people are like, oh, I don't want to touch that, and I'm like, please. Even if you don't buy anything, there's no, like, shame in enjoying the pretty object. Beauty is its own reward in a lot of ways, I think, which might explain why I'm a maximalist when it comes to my decors. Like, life is short, enjoy the pretty. Like, we've all been shamed for simple pleasures of the simple-minded. Like, no, screw that. My life is full of joy and beauty, and yours seems dank and depressing, if you're the one saying that to me, so, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, turmeric, onion skin, just look at that. Look at that. It's not, the variegations aren't, like, fully showing up, but just, it's just so freaking pretty. Firelight. Yep, hand-dyed yarn from the stash of Patty West brings to mind the glow of fireplace on a cold winter night. It is currently New Year's Eve day, as I'm filming this, so I'm going to enjoy latkes and yummy, probably budajigae, with my partners this evening. So, and carefully ignore the fact that it's New Year's, because the pressure and just the like of trying to make like resolutions and stuff is like, no, my resolution is to stay alive in this economy and this culture. But that's bringing down the tone of the video, so let's change the topic. But yeah, that's just so freaking pretty. Hello, baby girl. Yes, I see and I hear you, and your complaints are valid. Oh, and then more of that walnut, turmeric, onion skin, just variegated. I think this was originally going to be a 4th panel on my Desert Sands shawl, but it was not the right length. Southwestern Sands, yep, that tracks. Hand-dyed yarn from the stash of Patty West brings the natural qualities of eucalyptus, rabbit brush, iron, creosote, and coffee. I'm so glad I remembered, because like I know the rudimentary basics of how to do hand dyeing. I do not have any hands-on skills for that. But it's just, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Just like the subtle plaid. The subtle plaid of it all. Alright. Penelope, I'm getting close to the end of this basket, and then you can sleep in it. I know you like this basket. It was a thrift store find. I'm very pleased with it. I'll show the basket at the end. And then this one, what was this one? Oh, very, very yellow. Not my usual color palettes, but I think they work well together. Which one are you? Oh, there's pink towards the end. Which one is this one? Daffodil yellow. Yep. Hand-dyed yarn from the stash of Patty West and hues of early spring. Yeah, because she gave me this yarn towards the end of, say, last winter? The winter before? The winter before? Time is a weird soup. Again, dissociative amnesia. Things kind of go blur. But I remember I was weaving most of these during the spring. But yeah, oh, just so freaking pretty. Just the variegation. I love working with variegated yarn. It's some of my absolute favorites. And then, yep, more yellow, onion skin, turmeric. Which one are you? Sunlight ombre. The stages of sunlight from early morning white to the golden of midday. It's just, imagine wearing this on a rainy day when it's dreary and you're just that pop of sunshine. I love those sunshine people. I've been keeping told I'm those sunshine people, and I'm like, no, I'm a grumpy old man. People are like, no, you're one of those sunshine people, whether you like it or not. And I'm like, okay, cool. I've been assigned sunshine. And I'm okay with that. I also got told the other day that I'm a disability doula. Which is really sweet. And honestly, like, sounds like a job that I would be really, really good at, but would burn me out very, very quickly. But, like, I live in Northampton, and because of the demographics of Northampton, there's so many people who have EDS and POTS and MCAS, and I've lost track of the amount of times I've gone to someone who has POTS and EDS and gone, hey, are you allergic to a lot of things, but only sometimes, and only if you have too much of that one thing? But also it seems utterly random and like by the phases of the moon, maybe. Yeah, heads up, you probably have MCAS. You know, try some antihistamines, and if that helps things, yeah, because the only way to actually diagnose it is to pee in a bucket for 24 hours, and they have to collect all of it. And then despite what the doctors say, don't go off your antihistamines for about a week in order to get the right amount of reflection of the actual histamines in histamine production. Yeah, I found out the hard way. Oh, this one was, I know I did a video about this one. The entire time I was weaving this, I like had like imaginary Uncle Iroh in my head. Fire Nation Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender's metaphors. This was one of my first times again working with that double warp and double weft. And this is just like picturing Uncle Iroh being like, nephew, do you? I'm not gonna try to do the accent. Nephew, because that would be probably offensive. I don't know. But like, nephew, do you see like the beautiful artistry of this weaver and how he's bringing in multiple pieces from multiple places and how they all work together in harmony, and it just flies over Zuko's head, and Zuko's just mad that his uncle spent their last bit of money on a scarf. Yeah, I could absolutely see that happening. If someone wants to write that fanfic for me, please do. Oh, yeah. This was... Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. So it's a weft, it's a warp, and the, this one little bit of panel is the Patty West, hand dyed, and then this, green is a beautiful, thick merino blend, that I got, I think from a thrift store? I don't remember where I got this green. Webs? I think this might have been, like, yarn I actually purchased before I decided to do the model of only thrifted and secondhand yarn. And it was just hanging around my stash. I don't remember. But, alright, well, the brain was doing well, so it's gonna have some failings. Oh, it's so freaking soft and fluffy! Yes, you are also soft and fluffy, you little brat. Hello, baby girl. Yes, I hear you and I see you, and your complaints are valid, but they are going to be ignored. More of that merino with the naturally hand-dyed Patty West yarn. Except for the lime streaks. I'm pretty sure that was from a different stash, but again, it's just so freaking soft, and it's just so freaking pretty. It's like, it's for that ranger hobbit friend of yours, who, like, their gender isn't quite hobbit or ranger, but like bounder gender, friend of yours. Oh, it's so freaking soft. And then, oh, it feels appropriate that I'm ending on this scarf. One second. Let me finish folding this. Hello, baby girl. I know. And now I'm going to be thinking about my ex-boyfriend, and you're going to get even more upset because my adrenaline is going to get pumped up. So, I have an ex-boyfriend who moved across the ocean, and unfortunately him having been long distance hit a bunch of red flags. But he was really into Astarion, the vampire from Baldur's Gate 3, and rightfully so in a lot of ways. But did not turn out to be a great person, and actually shoved Penelope off the back of a chair, and I should have broken up with him then, but I didn't, and I regret that. Yeah, he got mad that she was telling him what to do, by letting him know that his health was having an issue. Yeah, she does that. That's one of her features, not a bug. I'm aware that I'm being a hypocrite here. Yeah, hi, baby girl. But I wove this, like, in honor of Astarion, because he was super traumatized, and we all need more hypersexual, asexual representation, because I'm also previously hypersexual and asexual at my core. I will answer polite questions about that, should you so wish, because I have dealt with a lot of nonsense from the internet regarding that bit of my identity, and I will not tolerate rudeness. Yeah, Astarion, a character from a video game, needed a hug, hence my weaving that hug into a scarf. Astarion is a complicated character, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about him, but I do believe that he is genuinely good, messy representation for SA survivors, because so often we get the, like, oh, well, I'll only believe you if you perform it correctly for me, or I'll only believe you if you're doing this, this, and this in order to be, you know, tug at my sympathy heartstrings. And God forbid, you have a different reaction to something, and you're not, like, textbook traumatized, and you end up hypersexual because of it, and the end you end up self-harming with that. It's just, yeah. I will answer polite questions. But that was a bit of a downer. But, yeah. That's all of that. I'm going to do my best to get those on my website for sale and for availability. I do have a lot of stock now. I remember earlier in this season I was like, I'm running out of stock. I'm like, no, I need to buy more bins. But I will also be getting various, there goes that. various bags, and the like, with the straps and stuff, also on the website as soon as I can. Slowly chipping away at this in the new year. Alright. Come say goodbye to your fans, baby girl. I know. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so freaking much. I really genuinely appreciate it. I will be doing a more formal announcement of this down the line, but I have done the modeling and stuff for I think membership plans. I don't know what the exact term is, but basically the YouTube's answer to Patreon, because I can't do a full Patreon. I just don't have the energy or the bandwidth, but I would like to offer some options and some perks for my fans, because you are incredible. Oh my gosh, there's so many more of you since that purple scarf video. It's like, hi, I'm the weird weaver that you've chosen to follow. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, I know. You'd like me to stop filming and to actually cuddle you properly. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna do as Miss Plops says, and I'm gonna go rest. But thank you so much for everything this year. This has been an incredible experience, being a YouTube content creator, and I know that that's not the case for a lot of people, and I feel really blessed and really fortunate to have the followers and the following that I do. I got my first paycheck from YouTube a while ago, or like a little bit ago, and like it's not a lot, but it helps cover some of the costs of Hawksong weaving, and helps keep Hawksong weaving going. Baby girl, I'm not food. I know I'm salty. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go cuddle Penelope, and Happy New Year, if you choose to celebrate. Happy Evening of Dissociation, should you choose to not. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.